Screen Guild players in a tender and deeply moving story you will never forget. With 3 great stars to make this evening's performance a memorable one. The Camel Screen Guild players, with great pride, present Robert Taylor, Barbara Stanwyck, and Ward Bond in the famous Warner Brothers hit, One Way Passage. The Orient, China, the port of Hong Kong. A great passenger ship is almost ready to sail. And up on deck, leaning casually against the rail, 2 men watch the busy scene below. 2 men standing quietly together. They might be old friends. They might be, except that their wrists are joined by handcuffs.
Well, there's the warning whistle, Steve.
That's right, Dan. We're on the last leg now. Honolulu, San Francisco.
And then San Quentin.
Been a long chase, Dan.
But interesting.
Sort of.
You know, you ought to be grateful to me, Steve. How many cops ever get a trip around the world? Marseille, Algiers, Cairo. How did you like Paris? See anything of the town?
Yeah, your trail wasn't half bad.
What about that little girl in Madrid?
Oh, cheater?
Steve, forgive me if I correct you. Her name was Conchita. Didn't delay you much, did she?
No, but it was nice having her trying. Say, don't lean too hard against that rail. This section swings out.
It'd be fun, a little dip before we sailed. You swim, Steve?
No, but I play a swell game of tag.
Ever play water polo?
No.
I used to be sensational. I have to teach you sometime.
Now, don't try anything funny, Dan.
Now, what would be the percentage with this jewelry hooking us together? Suppose you'd lost the key.
Not me. I've got it right here in my vest pocket. The side away from you. No, you're pretty smart, Dan, but I'm just one step ahead of... Hey, look out! Hey, Dan!
I saw it over the rail gave way.
Don't stand there. Do something.
By Jove, you're right. Help! Help! Man overboard! Help!
Louise.
Yes, Miss Jones?
I've been calling. Where were you?
I stepped out on deck. There's been an accident.
Yes, I know. I heard the excitement. What happened, Louise?
They say a man fell overboard.
When? How? Were they able to save him? Did they...
Miss Jones, please. You mustn't let yourself get worked
Oh,
up.
don't be silly. Who's getting worked up?
But the doctor said
Always like all the rest. They've said too much to me already. Louise, unpack my new silk dress. I'm going out on deck. Miss Jones. My capsule, please.
Here. Now breathe in deeply.
There. Oh, that's it. Oh, I just felt a little faint, that's all.
That's plenty. I'm going to telephone for the ship's doctor.
Fortunate you had those capsules handy, madame.
We always have them handy, Doctor.
Yes, of course.
Oh, Doctor, I think it was silly to bother you. Just when they probably need you, too.
You think someone needed me more than you?
Well, that man who fell overboard, if he couldn't swim...
He couldn't.
Well, there you are, you see.
Matter of fact, he didn't need me at all. Seems he's traveling with another man. Very strong swimmer. Fellow went right in after him. They thrashed around a bit, and then the friend took over. Held them both up until they fished them out.
Oh.
Now then, young lady, you'll stay in bed and rest.
Doctor, you're not very original. That's been said to me before.
Not much result. You don't obey doctor's orders, do you?
I used to. I don't anymore.
I presume they told you how serious it is.
More than that, I've read all about it.
It's a strong thing to have to say to a girl who's... well, to anyone for that matter. But you understand that with exertion and excitement, it can happen almost any time?
Yes, Doctor, I understand. I'll send for you if I don't feel well.
You're going on to San Francisco?
San Francisco and then New York, then France, and down through the Red Sea, and then around the little world again.
That's a long trip.
Not nearly as long as lying in a sanitarium. They knew it was hopeless, and I knew it too, but I couldn't go on just lying there, waiting for it to come to me. So I've been waltzing around the world, having what fun I could. Is that such bad psychology, Doctor?
Well, I can understand how you feel. But if you were my little girl, you'd be staying in bed.
But since I'm not, I'm getting up.
And then?
I'm putting on my new silk dress.
And then?
I'm going up to the bar for a drink.
Dan, I don't know how to say it to you. Dan?
Oh, I'm sorry, Steve. I was looking out on deck. That girl's pretty, isn't she? The one in the silk dress.
You must be nuts.
I'd like to prove that to the governor. He might change the rap to just life.
Why'd you pull me out, Dan? Why didn't you let me drown?
You know, I've been wondering about that myself.
You managed to get the key out of my pocket. You got the irons off. Well, thanks, Dan. If I can ever do anything for you.
You can, Steve.
What?
These irons. Can't we cut the Siamese twin act now? We're out of the harbor. I can't get away.
No, that's true. You can't. Dan, I'm going to give you half a break. I'm not going to put you in the break.
No?
But one move and you get it. I'll plug you without even thinking twice.
Okay.
It's 14 days to San Francisco, Dan. Make the most of them.
Thanks, I will.
Mister, I've been tending bar for 20 years, but I never saw a cocktail like that.
I know it. That's why I always mix it myself. Let me see now. Did I put in everything? Lemon, Pernod, sugar, Cointreau, bitters, bourbon. Yeah, I think that does it. Stir well and pour. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. What'd you call it, mister?
Paradise.
Paradise, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'd call it something else if I had to mix them very often. Well, here goes.
Bartender, when anyone comes along who knows that every second of life is important, make him one of these, huh?
Yes, sir.
And you can start with me. I know every second is important.
Then allow me, madam, a few drops of paradise.
Think of that.
But just a few drops.
Just.
My name is Dan.
Mine's Joan.
Hello, Joan.
Hello, Dan.
Well, here's to a brief meeting.
Yes. Hail and farewell.
No, that sounds a little too ruthless. Let's follow the music. Auf Wiedersehen.
The French say au revoir.
We say, be seeing you.
When? Where?
Oh, it's hard to say. I don't plan very far ahead.
Oh.
But if someone really wanted to, she might find me out on B deck later.
B deck. Any special time?
Oh, I'd say when the sun is going down. Right, Joan?
Auf Wiedersehen, Dan. Well, here it is, B deck, and the sun is going down.
Did you think it wouldn't?
Beautiful, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Then, what does it make you think about?
No, I don't know. The Angelus.
It's a silly game, but will you play it with me?
Sure, what is it?
It's a game where I can find out all about you.
All right, what do we do?
I say words or phrases, and you say whatever comes to your mind.
Go ahead.
All right. Bubbling water.
Laughter.
And laughter?
Little crinkles around your eyes.
Life?
Death.
Good. Freedom?
Adventure.
Adventure?
Excitement.
Will-o'-the-wisp? Quickly.
Sadness. A long search.
Love?
The end of the search. Know all about me now?
Yes. Yes, I think I do.
Dan.
Hello, Steve. Joan, you haven't met Steve, have you? Miss Ames, Mr. Burt.
How do you do, Mr. Burton?
Steve's an old friend of mine. We're sort of traveling together.
Yeah, we're together all the time.
Practically inseparable.
How nice. But, Mr. Burke, may I borrow him on occasion?
Sure, as long as you don't lose him, miss.
Oh, don't worry, I won't.
You coming down to dinner, Dan?
Well, Steve...
Now, Mr. Burke, you said I could borrow him on occasion.
Yeah.
Well, dinner tonight is the first occasion.